How we doing, folks? Welcome to the first content video for King's Eyes channel. Today we're going to talk about equal versus equivalent. Let's look at what that means exactly. Equal is being the same in quantity, size, degree, or value. Equivalent means equal in value, amount, function, meaning, etc. Now, this society we live in tells women that they are men's equals. And backs it with law, giving them a false sense of equality. But me for myself, I am a 6'5", 300-pound man. I can do push-ups, pull-ups, dips. I'm a physically gifted guy. And I feel no woman is my equal. Physically, that's a no-brainer. Most women would tell you that physically men are stronger. It's kind of common sense. We bigger. We have up to 20% more muscle mass, especially upper body wise. We are stronger. But look at the mental. I mean, just off of our natures, to survive, just to survive, men have to be creative. We have to be aggressive. We have to be these things in order to effectively conquer our environment. Women don't have to conquer their environment. They have to be efficient in one thing, and that is conquering men. And nature backs this. Just by our biological makeup, it makes it easier for women to conquer men than to have to conquer their environment. So physically, after the age of 10, around when puberty hits, you start to see differences. For a year or two, maybe, a girl would be physically a little stronger, a little faster than a male. But once that testosterone starts to kick in, our shoulders widen, our voice deepens, our muscles grow. We make that gap, that physical gap between us grow. And that's all she wrote as far as physical. Mental, I'm not saying there aren't smart women. What I'm saying is they don't have to be smart. They have to be aware. They have this thing called social intelligence. And that's the way they say that women are smarter, or that's how they justify saying women are smarter than men. But all you are taking into account is the nature of women. If me at my size, if I walk into a building and I start flipping desks and pushing stuff over, just going into a man rage, showing all kinds of quote unquote toxic masculinity, a woman is not going to stop me. A woman is not going to get in my way. she'll try to get another male that is my physical equal or as close to or above it as she can to stop me. That surmises our nature. She has, in order to survive, she has to be aware of the moods of the people around her. As a man, I can be oblivious. If all of a sudden danger strikes, adrenaline could pump, my blood is carrying more oxygen to my muscles, allowing me to be prepared to fight or run, whichever one is required. And I can maintain this for a longer period of time. Women have this same reaction, but if that stress level is there too long, they break down. So the way nature subverts this weakness is by making them more conscious of the beings around them. That's why I feel like women ask the question more so than men. Hey, what's wrong? Why aren't you smiling? Something wrong? You okay? This is natural for them. So physically, they are not our equals. Mentally, they're not our equals. They're better than us in one or not made up, but in one form of intelligence, they have the advantage. But that goes down to nature. Let's look at equivalent. Women have one function that makes them our equivalent, that gives them the same value as a man, or gives them close to the same value as a man, and that is carrying a child. Being the oven by which that loaf bakes. That it's an important role. It's a hard role, physically, but a function that obviously we would not be here without. That's it. That's the only role they have that gives them such high value. And it is high value and it's well deserved. It is a very important function they serve. But what sense does it make to be able to carry the child, but you can't help it survive into adulthood? That is where the male steps in. So that childbearing function alone gives them value very close to ours, but it's still not quite up to par. But for the sake of, being fair, we'll say it makes them our equivalent. I have family and I talk to women all the time, and they try to act in this male manner. They have these masculine traits about them, or they show masculine traits. I'm going to say that because they don't want to appear weak. See, women are very smart. I know I say they're not as smart as men, but they are smart. They know they're weaker. They understand their inferiority, and it angers them. I mean, if you are a human being, you're self-aware, you are a sentient being, and you know for a fact that there are people around you, that 50% of the population is just better than you, you would be frustrated as well. But because of their biology, they can't bring themselves up to our level. It would take a long time, just by our biology. So what they do through laws and through this society, giving them false power, they bring men down. As a man, no woman is my equal. A woman can't beat me in arm wrestling, foot racing, pinochle, tiddlywinks, chess, checkers. If we have the same amount of experience and training in whatever we're competing in, I'm going to win. It frustrates me when women take this society that we live in and all the caps and advantages they're given and claim to be our equals when they are not. In their heart of hearts, they know they are not. They don't have to be. Nature made it so. We both play our roles. Now, those roles are for another video on another day, because there are upsides and downsides to both sides. Men don't necessarily, if you look at the way the world works, if you have any red pill awareness, you know men don't necessarily have the long straw, like most women would tell you. So, to wrap this up, if you are a man and you look at yourself as a man, speak and think from your Y chromosome and know that women are not your equal. They're your equivalent. One.